Hey folks, this is Will from Jones Hay and Cattle. Hope you're doing well. If you would, before we get started, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Go ahead and get those notifications set up. That way, you always get our most recent content. So, as you can see in the video, we went and picked up my dad's 4455. He had some seals done on it, changed out some fluids, just kind of getting it ready for hay season this year. And then after that, we went and picked up my truck, 3/4 ton truck. So, you know, I made a video a while back about us getting it loaded up on the trailer. So anyway, it's been 4 months. It's been 4 months. We got it back. So the only problem is nothing was done. Not one thing was done. Minus he took my radiator off and that was it. So I was pretty upset about all this. So anyway, I've been having to hold my tongue until I got my truck back, because at this point I don't trust him any further than I can throw him, and he's a pretty good sized guy. I don't think I could throw him really far. So anyway, I made the agreement with him back in December to do this job for $8,000. $8,000. And he wanted $6,000 down for parts, miscellaneous things. And then, after it was all done, he wanted an extra $2,000 for the labor. I was okay with that. It wasn't the cheapest bid, but he seemed to know what he's doing. Smooth talker, I guess. And so we made the deal. Took the truck to him, dropped it off. He wanted cash. He didn't want a check or money order. So I had to go back another day to get the cash. I got the $6,000 out, messaged him, let him know, hey, I got the money. Great, let's meet. So okay, sounds good. It's $6,000, I need a receipt. And then I give you the $2,000 after you're done, right? Oh, well, no, that was a typo. I meant to put $8,000 down and $2,000 later. Well, shoot. I said, no, that's not what we agreed on. He said, yeah, it was a typo. Hell of a typo, ain't it? So anyway, I told him I'd come pick up the truck. Next you know, he tries calling me about 10 times. I wouldn't answer because I've dealt with people before with other things. Nothing to this extreme, but you know, just other things I do, you know, like hay and everything else, you know, and whatever. A lot of times, even if it's not, it doesn't necessarily have to be anything bad. It's just, I know I like to have it written down. That way, there's no way if I do forget, I can go back and look at it and be like, oh yeah, it's there. And so, I mean, I'm human just like everybody else. And so anyway, he messaged me saying he already paid a lot of money buying these parts. He's paying out of his own money, out of his own pocket, that he was supposed to spend on his kids for Christmas. Because this was mid-December, mind you. And he just kept going on and on and on about how this is why he doesn't like dealing with people not paying up front. This is why he has to do that. Now he's got to figure out how he can get his money back. He probably won't be able to. Just sob story, right? I took the bait. So I went to the bank. So I told him, I said, well, I mean, you changed your price. You went from 6 and 2 to 8 and 2. I'm not giving you $2,000 more for a typo. And so I said, I'll come pick up the truck. He kept saying I was the one changing things and I'm the one that changed my mind. I'm like, no, you're the one that changed the whole parameters of the deal by changing the price. I mean, that's a big jump. You go from paying $8,000 for a truck repair to 10. And so anyway, he finally messaged me back. He said he would go ahead and make good on it. I was like, all right, great. 6 and 2. Yes, okay. So anyway, I get to him mid-January. I asked him if he started working on it about a week later. No, my shop hands want to wait till after Christmas. All right, he's trying to make room in his garage. This project's gonna be #1 project, trying to get his name out there in the diesel world. All right, cool. Well, I waited till after Christmas. It was like January or December 28th, whatever, one of them days. I tried messaging him again. Hey man, how's it going? Well, the shop people are gonna wait till after New Year's because they're spending time with their family and we're just gonna close shop till then. All right, cool. Well, it is what it is. I get it. So anyhow, I waited till after New Year's, called him back. I said, what's the story now? Well, we're waiting on parts. I said, okay. I said, well, when will the parts be in? He said, end of the month. All right, cool, end of January. So I waited till the end of January. Called him again, messaged him. Well, how's it going? No answer. Messaged him next day, no answer, no answer. Next day, no answer. And I told him communication was big for me. If you communicate with me, we'll be all right. Good or bad news, give it to me, you know? Well, no answer. Finally, he messaged me back. I texted him. I said, hey, I guess I'll come pick up the truck. He messaged me back later that night. No, it ain't like that, man. I'll call you later and let you explain. Oh, now all of a sudden his phone works. That's amazing. I waited. Next day I didn't message him. I waited till 2 days after that. Messaged him back. I said, well, when are you supposed to call and explain what's going on? He said, well, I had double pneumonia. I couldn't hardly breathe. Just gave me this long spiel of just BS. All right. Well, when you can start working on it? He said, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm hoping to start working on it this week. All right, cool. I waited a few days, and so I told him, I said, look, I got a YouTube channel. I want to make some footage of this thing. I want to really, you know, it's gonna be a project truck. It's got a lot of things I want to do to it. It needs a lot of work, but I think, you know, spend a small fortune on it. It'll be a really nice truck. And so anyway, that's why I really want to know what's going on all the time. Then he was like, oh yeah, I got a GoPro for my birthday or Christmas or something, and I'll take all the footage for you. You don't worry about it. I said, well, I kind of like to be there too, just see how it happens, you know. Anyway, we rocked on. Then he said he wasn't ready yet because he's waiting on a different engine lift, because the engine lift he has can't pick it up, whatever. Then he messaged me again saying he's waiting on more parts. Kept waiting. Finally, I said, give me the name of the company and the phone number. I want to give them a call to see what's going on. Hell, I'll come pick up the parts if that's what they're waiting on. All right, yeah. Well, the next day, oh yeah, I called them. They're shipped. They're shipped. Okay, that's weird how that worked. And then I waited about a week or two, messaged him again. Wait, what's going on? Let me know what's going on. Nothing. Easter weekend, his girlfriend calls me or text messages me on Facebook. He was in the hospital. Has health issues, severe health issues, critical condition. She's trying to take care of some of the shop stuff while he's in the hospital. Okay. So I said, well, let me know what's going on. She messaged me back the next day, and she said, I'm sending this to Sean had me write this to all his messengers, all his customers, explaining all this stuff that happened to him and how bad it is. But if you can't wait, he understands, and if you want to cancel the job, then you can cancel the job. So I messaged back. I said, okay, well, if I cancel the job, I'm getting my $6,000 back, right? $6,000. Let me check. All right. Waited the next day, 2 days, 3 days went by. Finally, I messaged again. I said, well, what'd you find out? No answer. Wait another 2 days. Message again. Hey, I need to know what direction to go in. Do I need to come pick it up? What's the deal? I said, because at this point, you got one of 3 options. Number 1, I come pick up the truck as it is. I get my $6,000 back. Number 2, I come pick up the truck as it is. Whatever parts you have paid for, I need the parts and the receipts with the phone number. And then I'll take over I'll get the rest of the $6,000 back. Or you get the job done and it runs good, and then I will pay you the other $2,000 like we agreed upon, like a good normal person would do, human being. No answer. So if I message the next day, I said, Brittany, I need to know something. I said, this ain't gonna work. Well, that's when she messaged me back. Well, we're trying to focus on Sean's health, so all the shop stuff's gonna have to just wait. I'm like, well, that's the wrong answer. Wrong answer. So I called the sheriff's department. And I also did some research on Facebook. And mind you, before I took my truck to this guy in the first place, I did a lot of research on this guy. There was nothing negative on Facebook at the time. Not one person anything negative or anything like that. And so before I called the sheriff's department, I looked up his information on social media and internet and everything else again. That's when I started seeing a bunch of stuff that really pissed me off. He put an ad on there saying that good guys finish last, hard workers don't get ahead, that, you know, you got to steal to get ahead in life, just off some stupid movie clip, you know. And then he had made another post before that saying that, you know, he'll be the bad guy, he don't care. I'm just kind of like, you know, this is not the kind of person I want to do business with. That shows a lack of integrity. And so, anyway, called the sheriff's department. Oh, I'm sorry, before I called the sheriff's department, I also found other posts on Facebook that happened like back in February and March. There was other people, not just me, that had been taken advantage of like this. And so I reached out to some of them. Someone else directed me to some more people. All in all, I probably have about 15 to 20 people that he screwed over like this. Prices range from just not hearing from them I spoke to one person that he's literally stolen $12,500 from. And you know, for some people that might not be a lot, but you know, that's someone's hard-earned money. And so for someone just to take that, knowing full damn well that they have no intentions of doing anything other than just taking them to the cleaners, shame on you. So anyway, called the law, let them know the situation. While talking to the law, I've been talking to some more people at on Facebook, or texting, everything else. We even have like a little group on our Facebook Messenger about Sean's victims. And so there's about 4 or 5 other people that have stuff waiting on him. They're in the same boat I've been in. Maybe hadn't spent quite so much money, but nevertheless, they're tired and they want their stuff back. He's had their stuff for 4 months. One kid he had for 6 months. Half a year. This kid had his, I say kid, he's younger than me, he's an adult. Had his stuff. So enough was enough. We called the law. They went out there a few days ago and they went to the house and knocked on the door. No one answered. And they told me that my truck was still right where I told them it was at. And I drove by his place a few times just to make sure my truck wasn't, you know, hiding anywhere, because found out that he would take things and take them and hide them behind his barn, so that way no one would see him. That way he wouldn't get his vehicle, you know, repoed or whatever. He'd like to hide things behind his place. I mean, that's theft. I mean, that's just downright, any way you put it, it's just theft. That is just, you know, ill will towards people. So anyway, I told the law we're going out there Saturday to pick up our stuff. And he said, all right, well, we'll see what happens. I'll call, see someone get out there. Hopefully they'll let us on and get the stuff. And I said, you understand, I'm getting my stuff on Saturday. I wasn't gonna hurt anybody, but I damn sure wanted to make sure I get my truck back. Anyway, they finally got a hold of the guy. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about, I don't want to miss anything on this video. But anyhow, they finally got a hold of him. They said that he'd have his chain down, that we can get in and get our stuff today, Saturday. And so anyway, went up there after I dropped my dad's tractor off, and everyone got their stuff out. We got my truck backed up on that trailer right there. You see it back there. Excuse the mess, but there's the truck right there. 4.5 months later, and still no better than it was, and I'm just out $6,000. So anyway, altogether, I know he's at least taken people for about $25,000 just for the few people I've talked to in the last 4 months. I told the law that my full cooperation. I'll do whatever I need to do to make sure I do my part, and that if they need any assistance, I'll be glad to help. Because at this point, it's not about he just stole this much money, it's about how many people he's affected. And then there's flies over here, I don't know what's going on. Anyhow, I think my son's been digging a little mud hole over here, and I think the flies have been going crazy over there. But anyway, so yeah, got the truck home, I unloaded it, and probably in a few months I'll probably be looking at taking it somewhere and getting some work done to it. And I already know who I want to use. It was one of the guys I was going to use before, but he got back to me after I already made the agreement with Sean, and so hopefully I'll take it to him and they can get it going. Needs the radiator and all that stuff. Like I said, we got all the parts to put them in the bed of the truck, and so it's just a matter of getting the funds to take it up there. My other dually that I have, it's actually still at town at this one shop. It needs a new engine as well, so that's great. So I got 2 trucks that need 2 engines, even though I already paid for one. But like I said, I might not ever see that $6,000 back. I probably won't. And so he doesn't seem like he is the type of person that has a whole lot to him. But he had bought a brand new cargo trailer. I'm like, heck, I'll just take that. But chances are it's probably either stolen or probably needs to be repoed or something. It's just hiding somewhere, and I don't want to get something that ain't paid for and then it just gets taken from me then. I will say I've gotten to meet a lot of nice people dealing with this, because there's a lot of good people that he took advantage of. And I mean, I hate to say I'm glad I'm not the only one, but in a way, at least, you know, I wasn't the only one. And like I said, I was able to meet people that are actually real nice folks. And maybe we'll stay in touch, and maybe we'll have, like, you know, meetings once a year and have our little talks about how bad we were screwed over. I'm joking. He tried telling the law that he did do some work on my truck, but yeah, you didn't put anything on my truck. These are the parts that he took off. You see the radiator, the coolant, all this stuff. He just took this stuff out. So I'm definitely going to consider this a $6,000 bill that I'm requesting him to pay me. I shouldn't say request, I'm requiring. So I will be a thorn in his side for a little while. I will be doing my part to make sure I put his name out there. Not because I want to, but because I feel like I need to. Because Sean, I did promise you I would get your name out there. So I told him I had other trucks. Well, the other one needs an engine. I even told him, I said, you do a good job on this one. I got another one. I'm going to take it right back. I'm bringing you another one right away. I'll pick up one and drop off another. So I had a lot of extra work that was needing to be done. And I told him I'd get his name out there. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get his name out there and really letting people know what kind of person he is. And I'm going to do my best to make sure no one ever gets taken by him again. I'm going to put it on Facebook here in a little bit, and put this video out there in a little bit. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but anyway, I feel like, yeah, the 6,000 I'm definitely livid about, but I'm also just pissed about the time that I've been sitting here idling with that truck, where it could have been on the road already. And it just, you gotta be pretty dang low to just really waste people's times like this, you know what I mean? Just, I don't know, just, he's a professional scammer, and I just hate for him to do it to anybody else. God bless him. Hope he changes his ways. Maybe he'll, you know, do some kind of earnest money, make some honest money, I should say, make some honest money, and try to pay people back. But I honestly don't think that's ever going to happen. He owes way too much people, way too many people, way too much money. But we'll see. That's the only way I think it would happen, if he comes into some money through inheritance or something, and his track record don't look like he's gonna be worried about anyone else but himself and his addictions. So anyhow, I'm gonna keep this short. I know it's not real short, but shorter than some other ones. But anyway, there's hay bale, there's balers, there's tractors. Let's see, what else is it? Oh yeah, there's the rake, some other tractors over there, along with some stuff that came out of my boat. That's a whole nother project I'm working on. But anyway, so there's tractors, there's hay, all that other good stuff. So this is a hay video and a farm video. But ultimately, just watch out when you do business with people. If you have a gut instinct that's just telling you that, hey, maybe I shouldn't do it, man, just don't do it. I mean, I've been better off how to just argue with that guy. I told him, I said, when he told me he ordered the parts, and that was money for his kid's Christmas, I told him, no one told you to order the parts yet. You know, I mean, that was part of the agreement. But me as a dad, you know, he tugged on those, you know, strings. And so I hate to see any kids suffer because of a deadbeat dad doing stupid stuff to other people. But I hate for their kids to think that's okay to do that, because I mean, you're supposed to be setting an example, and man, I sure don't want them to think that's a good example of how a human should be. So anyhow, again, Sean, if you're watching this video, man, I gave you plenty of chances to do things, make things right. And you know, the fact that your girlfriend had to block me, and you blocked me and stuff, I mean, come on, you can't tell me you were just sick, that's why it didn't happen. I mean, we're better and we're smarter than that, so come on, at least just be a man and just say you screwed up and face the consequences and do what's right. You know, I know you like to have a lot of excuses and do whatever, but I just hope you have some integrity somewhere deep in there, and you know that you feel a little bit of remorse for what you've done, even though so far there's no indications that you do. But anyway, If you're not a part of this story and you were here to watch some videos about hay and stuff, I apologize, but I just need to put this out there. There might be more stuff on this subject. Hoping that's maybe some good news down the road. If at least, if anything, maybe in a few months, I'll be, hey, we're loading the truck, we're taking it to an actual real mechanic shop that are going to do some real work, and here's the finished product. So anyhow, y'all hang in there. We got hay season about to come in. We got the 569 premium just about ready to go. The hay cutter is pretty much ready to go. So I mean, honestly, we're just waiting for the weather and stuff like that. So there's a few more things to do in that baler, but not much. Talking about that really makes me feel a lot better than what we were talking about. But anyhow, again, my name is Will. Appreciate you watching the channel. Y'all take care, have a blessed day, and we will talk to you later. Bye.